wife sat on another man's lap right in front of me, so I went to my father-in-law to complain. I thought he would be outraged, but instead, he told me to just bear it a little longer. I couldn't hold it in. I cursed my wife, calling her shameless. He pointed a finger at my face, telling me to watch my mouth, as if I was the one who had done something wrong. People nearby were smirking, enjoying the show. The humiliation burned, but I swallowed it, because my father-in-law was a notorious local crime boss, ruthless and feared. He wasn't someone I could afford to provoke. I thought if I endured it, things would blow over. But my wife pushed even further. She brought that man home. I sat quietly in the corner watching her walk him out, and when she returned, I suddenly switched on the lights. I wanted her to know I was fully aware of what she was doing, that I was just trying to give her some dignity. But she showed no shame at all. Instead, she insisted they had just been talking. I ignored her and went upstairs. Our marriage had already crumbled, but I still couldn't stop worrying about my son. Then she made her move. Her father came to me demanding that I file for divorce and leave my son with them. I could give up everything else, but not my boy. I refused and walked away. The next day, 2 of his men showed up and took me and my son to an amusement park where the crime boss was waiting. He sent my son off to play with his men, then told me he wanted to talk alone. We boarded the Ferris wheel, and at the highest point, I saw my wife in the distance putting my son into a car. It was a setup. They had lured me onto the ride so they could take him away. I tried to resist, but the cold press of a gun against my ribs froze me. I could only watch as they drove off. The crime boss had no intention of letting me walk away. They stuffed me into a trunk, drove to an abandoned RV, and threw me inside. They forced a full bottle of liquor down my throat, then drenched the place in gasoline. Once I was too drunk to move, they set it ablaze to make it look like an accident. The flames roared, and I fought to stay conscious. My wife and son were there watching. Then one of his men shot me twice, but I didn't die. That was just the beginning. 10 years later, I tracked down one of the men who had tried to kill me. The next day, the crime boss's men started turning up dead in the streets. The man who had slept with my wife, I killed him in the amusement park. The crime boss soon realized these murders were tied to that night years ago. He thought of my only living family, my 80-year-old mother. To end it once and for all, he went to her home and killed her. When I found her body, rage consumed me. My ex-wife was addicted to drugs, so I found a dealer who told me where she was. That night, I went there, ready to give her a surprise. Fear in her eyes said it all. I made her lure her father to the house and hid behind the wall, waiting. When he arrived,